Hello everyone, chayula over here, and this is going to be another video about Path of Exile 2. We're going to do some recaps. In this place, we're going to, of course, get the information about all of the things. Right now, I'm in Act 3. I'm going to try and not spoil anything for the people that actually want to see the things for themselves. But what we do as a monk right now, I'm a frost based right now, but eventually I want to go into more of a chaos place with lightning and frost. Why lightning and frost at the same time? Because remember, you can have two weapon sets. I still don't have anything ready for my second weapon set, but I'm going to have one for frost and one for lightning to get that frost buildup and also electrocute and shock and chill. It's going to be a very strong place. I also want to play around power charges, flicker strike, and power and other things. Right now, this is super vanilla, but I still have a really strong build. I'm going to put some clips also that I will be doing likely on Monday or a little bit later on how I kill bosses. But there's also really easy way to see. He's going to show you how I kill some mobs. Temple Bell, for example, is super strong and you should be using it a lot. I have a lot of cool things. I also, one of my friends gave me the school helmet that gives extra rage. Remember, rage is like in PoE 1 where you actually get extra damage. Don't get hit by those. But it's a very strong archetype as you can freeze almost anything. And also recover mana, health, everything, just getting the little flames. You also get extra buffs. And I haven't had a super issue about killing bosses and sustaining. But it is possible that you do struggle at the beginning, because I think the initial skills are really bad. As for the ones that I'm using right now, I'm going to explain them, but you have seen more or less some gameplay. I think Ice Strike is the better skill. The problem is you don't get Ice Strike until quite a little bit later. Now, as for the supports and other things, I'm not going to explain them super in place because you are really likely going to change them. But basically, what you want is Ice Strike as your main ability. Eventually, I want to get some extra combo and other things because I'm going to use Flicker Strike with combo. And also, I want to do the Whirly one. And now, this is my main damage. As for my tree, I'm going into critical strike. As you might expect, monks are going to be kind of going into those. And then eventually I'm going to get the power charges. They are primed to get over here. You can see +1, and here we have a +2. Are the ones that I'm getting. This is the one that I kind of went through fast, getting to consume, well, getting to count as consuming an extra power charge is going to be very strong for our Flicker Strike. Here we have +1 critical strike chance. It's also really strong. Eventually, I'm going to still keep using some heralds, so these are going to be quite good. 50% increased cold and lightning when I'm using the two heralds that I'm going to use eventually. And everything else is like some general elemental things that you can choose to get into those. I did went the extra damage and critical and some shock, etc. You also get these, that you get some regeneration. It's never bad. You can go more defensive. There are a lot of good defensive places over here just at the beginning, like this one, these two, and others that are around here. And now, this is not a super build right now, so I'm not going to make a long video, but just that I'm having a lot of fun. And if you're having troubles with long, maybe try that ice archetype. And also, don't give up until you get your ice strike. In all of the Act 1, I was actually using the auto attack and frozen locus and bell. The bell is a really strong thing. I was just using my auto attack into the bell with the frozen locus and getting that damage in there. Now, one thing that is true is that doing the ascendancy things is quite difficult if you are not used to playing melee and dodging quite a lot. So you should really try and dodge as much as possible. I also have my, how's it called, lingering illusion with extra duration, so it lasts a little bit longer and mobs can hit it. This gives you power charges. Eventually it will be good. Freezing Mark also does an explosion, so if you want to go into a pack, you can see me doing that. And then when it dies, explodes, everything gets frozen, and it's super cool. Other things that I do is a Mantle of Destruction and the bell, and makes it every time the bell actually kills the target. Get a Flame of Chayula. I also have some rage on the bell. And lastly, one of the cool things also is the Staggering Palm. This makes it so when you stun, and I also of course make it so it's easier to get more stun build up, I become like an avatar of air and throw super strong auto attacks. Let me show you. Now throw super auto attacks, and this also works with the bell. So I hit twice instead of once. Also, another super cool support that you might get is the crescendo. You can get twice on the finishers for your skills, really good. Martial tempo is also really good on skills that have combo things and a finisher, because it makes you able to go faster through you weaker attacks and get to the ones that are stronger. Now eventually I'm going to get of course Whispers of Doom for Chayula to get 2 marks. Otherwise you can really, instead of putting the Hand of Chayula, just get the mark standalone. And of course then you have Frostbomb. It just gets 20% less frost resistance, quite good. Exposure. Remember there are nodes that increase the power of your exposure, an extra 5%. It's really good also. And I'm not going to take you more time. I hope you keep enjoying the game. I will do some updates, and I'm going to do a super build, guys, because I expect some people to actually do this archetype and everything better, and they're actually people that do the build guides, but I'm still having a lot of fun, and I hope you're also having fun. And also remember, if you go for the Twitch, if you give 2 subs, you get that camera pet. Everything else, I'll see you on the next video.